I just hit 25,000 followers on Instagram. 25,000. And I'm not making this video to flex or to brag or to, say that I'm better than any single one of you guys watching this video. That's not what this is for. This video is mostly for me to use as like a time capsule, if you will, so that in a year, in 6 months, in 3 years, I can come back and I can watch this video and I can see how far I've progressed and just see the mindset shift and just how far that I've come in however amount of time that it takes me until I get to that position to where I make another one of these again. But now I know that 25,000 followers is, in the grand scheme of things, not that many, not considered, a massive amount or like a huge goal. And it's not a huge goal for me either, right? Like, I want to one day have 1 million followers. And I know that one day I'm going to have 1 million followers. It's only just a matter of time. And the reason that I know that is because I'm literally not going to stop until I get there, right? So I know that literally all that it is time. Back to what I was saying though, like 25,000 is not that much. It's technically considered niche. Like you're not even really like a quote unquote influencer or anything like that, right? But, you know, to me, this is like one of the first steps in literally like my dream since I was a little kid. In my preschool yearbook, there were like a couple of questions that it would ask you. Like, it's a picture of yourself and it's like your name, your favorite color, your favorite food, your favorite activity to do at the preschool. And then the last one was, what do you want to be when you're older? And I literally put down, I want to be famous. And I know that that's like, some people will say, you don't want to be famous because like, it'll ruin your life, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not really talking about like, bro, I just want to have an influence on people. I want to be able to say, like, I influenced humanity in some sort of way, right? And so, me doing stuff like this is kind of that influence. And I mean, I've been, bro, like, this is literally like, I've wanted this shit so bad since I was a little kid. Like I said in preschool, I literally wrote that. I've been posting YouTube vlogs since I was literally like 9 years old, I think, 8 years old, something like that. I remember um, this must have been like, this must have been, I think, sixth grade, maybe seventh grade. No, I was before that. No, this was like fifth grade, bro. I don't know. I can't remember. But anyways, I bought this DSLR camera. If you guys know what that is, that's like the big cameras, or whatever, to literally film vlogs. I was like mowing my neighbors' yards, mowing my grandma's yard, mowing my grandma's neighbor's yard. Um, and I can't even remember what else I did for money, but I know that I worked for so long to make like $500, maybe 400 or $500, and I blew it all on this DSLR camera. And I was like 11 years old at the time. And I bought a camera, an SD card, and I bought a Joby Gorilla Pod. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but I remember I bought all that stuff, and I obviously I couldn't even order it because I'm like 11 years old. So I gave my dad the money and I had him order it. And I remember I went to basketball practice that night, and this memory is so vividly in my brain because of how important it is to me. Um, and I remember like running lines, and I always effing hated running lines, bro. Like everybody hates running lines. Like it's not fun, right? And I remember the entire time I was smiling. Literally the entire time I had a grin from ear to ear on my face because I just bought a camera, and that was like the start. To me that was like, oh, I'm going to become famous. And that's, that's what I'm going to do with my life. And like I mean, at that point, like I wasn't even thinking about like monetary values or anything like that. I wasn't thinking about getting rich or anything, like because it didn't matter to me. And like that truly like shows like how badly I do want this and how far I'm willing to go for something like this, because it has literally been my childhood dream since I was a little kid in preschool to do this and to accomplish this feat. And like I said, I'm not even close to where I want to be. Like percentage wise, I'm what? I don't know, bro. 2.5% there. Like I'm not even close. In the grand scheme of things, I'm not. But, not even close to where I want to be, but very, very, very far from where we started. Right? That little kid and me posting those vlogs, literally getting maybe 100 views a video, less than that, like 50 views per video. They were terrible, obviously, and they're all privated now because I don't want anybody to watch those. But he would be effing ecstatic to see the position that I'm in right now, right? Being able to post these videos for you guys, being able to do that stuff, having an actual audience that wants to watch me, like he would be flipping his lid right now. Like it's actually like just so awesome to think about. Um, but with that being said, though, like I truly have been doing this for the longest time, and it's like, it's just like meant to be, bro. Some of those things is like you push for your entire life, and you don't actually know that's like what you want to do, but that's what like you're meant for. And I don't know if you guys kind of understand what I'm saying, but like since I was a little kid, right, that's what I wanted to do. Like I've always had a passion for making videos and like talking to a camera. Like it's just come naturally to me. Like even when I was filming those vlogs, bro, I was like 9 years old, 10 years old, and I was still just like, speaking to the camera pretty fluently and easily. Like it was just like it just came easy to me, bro. And I was filming in front of my whole family, editing the videos myself, generating ideas, doing all this stuff. Like I literally like I wanted it so badly. I wanted it so badly, and I didn't want anything else that it comes with but the fame. Like I literally just wanted that. And I wanted to be able to, have people watch my videos and want to watch my life and want to watch, the things that I do and like who I am as a person. Um, I remember like I had like 150 subscribers on that YouTube account, and I genuinely think like 75 of them were me. Like I literally made 75 separate emails and logged into YouTube just to subscribe to me. And I remember like showing my mom. I'm like, "Yo, mom, I just hit 100 subscribers." I was like, "Dude, I literally just hit 100. Like this is insane." And about half of those were mine. And I maxed out my phone. I literally could not. I remember when I hit 100, I was at my grandma's house and I maxed out my phone. I literally could not do any more emails on my phone. So I was like, "Yo, mom, can I see your phone real quick? Like, I want to check something." She's like, "What are you doing?" I was freaking embarrassed. Like, bro, none of these subscribers are actually like, subscribers. And I used her phone and I made like 10 more accounts and then subscribed to myself. And I was like, "Bro, I just hit 100. Holy cow, this is like insane, whatever." I just remember, bro, like it's just literally, since a little kid, it's like what I wanted. And once again, bro, we're not even close, but 25,000 people is a lot of people, bro. It's a lot of people. Like when you truly think about it, like 25,000 people, that's a lot. You don't think it's a lot because there's so many people on your phone who have millions of followers and, millions of subscribers, but 25,000 people, if you put 25,000 people in front of you, bro, you'd be like, "Holy shit. That is a lot of people." So whether some of you guys right now are watching this, trying to get into even the position that I'm in right now, bro, whether you have 1,000 followers, 5,000 followers, 10,000, millions, it doesn't matter, right? Just be thankful for where you are and just know that you're going to continue pushing. That's all that it really is. Like, you can't really like beg for it. You can't be like, "Oh, like I need this to happen." You kind of just got to let it happen. Like the times where I've gained the most followers is literally when I'm not thinking about it, when I'm not when I'm not looking at it. I remember, bro, I was literally like this is maybe a few weeks ago. I hit like 23K, and I was like, bang, let's go. 23K. I just hit 20K a couple weeks before that, and I was like, this is perfect. Like, let's keep going. And I would check my follower count every single day, and I'd look at it and I'd refresh it, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, dude, I'm barely gaining any followers, stressing out about it. I'm like, dude, what is going on? What's wrong with my content? Why aren't people liking this? Like, what is happening? Like, I need to do better. And I was just constantly stressing, checking every hour of the day, seeing if my follower count went up by 3, by 4, and I was like barely gaining anything, right? Now, however, in these last few days, like this last week, I have barely been checking it at all. I've just strictly been focused on posting the videos, doing what I need to do every single day, and letting everything else come with it. And I've just been gaining followers like it's nothing. Like, I was at 24.8K yesterday, I think, and now I'm at 25.1. Like, they'll just come when you're not even like, focused on it, when you're not even thinking about it. And, like I said, 25K, once again, I'm going to say it again, 25K is not that much, because a lot of you guys could be watching this and be like, bro, you're corny as hell posting this video for literally 25,000 followers, right? But I want this to be a time capsule. I'm going to do this again at 50,000 followers. I'm going to do it again at 100,000 followers. I'm going to do it again at 500,000 followers. And I'm going to do it again at 1,000,000 followers, right? Because I want every single stepping stone to be there. And I wish that I did it at 10,000 followers. But unfortunately, I didn't. And the reason that I did that is, like, I didn't really cherish the followers, right? I didn't really cherish, like, oh, I hit 10K. Like, that's cool, I don't know if you guys know me, know what I've done, prior to this, but I used to post fishing content. I used to do, like, fishing YouTube videos and everything like that. And it kind of, like, dulled down the followers for me. And it, like, kind of made me appreciate it a lot less, because on that, I started posting videos for that like 2 or 2.5 years ago, I think, somewhere around there. And I got up to like 35K on Instagram, 35,000 followers on Instagram. I think I got up to like 16 or 17K on TikTok, and YouTube like 4,000 or 5,000, I can't remember. But anyways, right, so like like even right now, I have more followers on my fishing account than my trading account, right? And so the reason that I didn't do this at 10K is because it's like it didn't really mean that much to me, because I've done it before, right? And so it's like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, right? And in life, there are things that are like that, right? There are things where, is a big accomplishment to most people, but to you, if you've done it before and you've ran it up once before, then it's like, okay, it's not that big of a deal. I've done it before, I just did it again. Like, it's not that deep, right? But I've also come to realize that you need to, number one, cherish everything, and just be like proud and feel accomplished. And I'm not, like, gonna sit here and like I said, say like, oh, I've done all this, like I've accomplished all this, and I haven't. But I do think that even though I've already hit 25,000 followers before, even though it's not that big of a deal to me personally, because I know my goals in the future, I still feel like I need to somewhat, not necessarily cherish it, but acknowledge it in some sort of way, right? Be thankful for you guys. Be thankful for the hard work that I've put in. Everything like that, right? So that can be a life lesson in itself as well, not just specifically content, but, water break. But anyways, back to the topic itself. Yeah, so like I've been posting fishing videos for a while. I gained 25,000 followers on this account in, I think, 7 months. I started in November, December, January, February, March, April, May. 7 months. 25,000 followers in 7 months. And in those 7 months, I have obviously gained 25,000 followers, met every single one of my best friends, been able to take amazing trips, which would not have allowed me to do that in the first place because I didn't know those people, right? So like obviously I could have taken these trips before I started posting content. That's not what this is about. But it's more so about the connections, the people that I've met, the abilities that this has given me, right? So like Alpha Futures events. There was one in Miami in February that I got to go to, and I met a ton of big people in the space and everything like that. The one that we just had again in Miami, the paddle tournament, just connections through people in general. People have literally flown in from places all across the United States because I met them online. I'm like, yo, bro, like we got to meet each other. Like I've met some of the very best people from posting content, and even in the last 7 months alone, it has truly changed my life. Like insanely changed my life. Like it's absolutely like unreal. Like it genuinely is so crazy what posting a video on the internet can do for you. Like it's so insane. Almost every single one of my friends right now I have met through posting content, through making videos, through doing stupid stuff on the internet, jester maxing. Like, and I know some of you guys don't fuck with that shit, like, and it's pretty corny, but like, bro, I was put on this earth to be an entertainer. Like that's literally like my sole purpose, bro. I truly believe that is why I was put on this earth, is to be an entertainer. I've always been like the funny kid, not necessarily the class clown. I'm not gonna jester max that hard, but like, I would say that I'm a pretty funny person. Like I like to make people laugh. Like it brings me joy to like make people laugh. Like it brings me joy to do that. So I truly feel like this was my purpose, and shout out trading for allowing me to even do this in the first place. Like if I had a regular job where I was working and all that, like obviously I wouldn't be able to do this stuff. So shout out trading, but shout out content and actually posting the videos so that I can do stuff like this. But even with the fishing, man, like I met so many great people through posting that content, and that was a little bit different. The fishing content, like I didn't get as many experiences because with that, there's a huge wasp nest right outside my window. Anyways, with that, it's not necessarily like it's a very small niche. So obviously trading in itself is a very small niche, but um, there's oh my god, how can I say this? It's not necessarily just trading that I'm posting, but it's funny videos, it's lifestyle content, it's trading, it's all of that, right? So this is a personal brand. My fishing page wasn't necessarily a personal brand. My fishing page was more so just strictly fishing. My fishing page was, just funny videos about fishing, relatable videos about fishing. It wasn't really anything more than that. And I wanted it to be more than that, and that's why I kind of quit, is because I didn't want to just post fishing videos. I didn't want people to just say, "Oh, I've seen that dude's videos," right? I don't want to be that person. I want to be the person that's like, "Oh, I love that dude," right? Like, "Oh, he's hilarious. He's a good person. I like watching his videos because it's him," right? I want people to recognize me as, "Yo, I like you as a person. I like you, the stuff that you do and what you're doing with your life, and not, yo, I like your videos." That's what I want to be recognized as. And with the fishing, I was in too deep, and I couldn't really make it that. Like I couldn't necessarily make it like into a personal brand. I had already had 35,000 followers, and it was just strictly, funny fishing videos, and that's not really, what I wanted. I wanted a little more. Like, the little kid in me would have said, "Yo, bro, like we want to do more." And that's kind of why I stopped doing it, and transferred over to personal brand and trading and lifestyle and just life in general, because the little kid in me, right, would have watched my fishing page and would have been like, "Damn, bro, this is freaking sick. Like this is epic. You got 35,000 followers, whatever, you're locked in," But also at the same time he would have been like, you know, where's the personal brand? Where's you showing your personality? Where's the vlogs? Where's all of that? Where's you showing the cool stuff that you're doing? Why are you just, posting videos that are just funny, you know? And so, like, even right now, that's why I'm making this video, right? Is because I have to go back to what the little kid in me would have wanted. And what he would have wanted is videos like this, me actually talking to the camera, you guys getting to know me and who I am, and know, like, necessarily my quote unquote life story, um, and everything like that. Like, that's truly what matters the most to me, is you guys knowing me as a person. Um, and like that's like I said, bro, that is what truly does matter to me. And I've people in the past have told me, like, yo, bro, like, you're an entertainer, like, that's, you're good at doing that and stuff like that. And like I said, that's like what I like doing, and that's what I want to continue to do, but in a different form than fishing. So for me personally, the next big milestone for me is surpassing my fishing account. Surpassing my fishing account, because I've seen every single number hit the screen up to 35, right? I've seen 30,000. I've seen 35,000. I haven't seen 40,000, and I want to see it, right? So me surpassing my fishing account is basically me breaking through and continuing. Like, in trading terms, right? We put in a freaking higher high with the fishing channel, right? So we're up here. We had a short little retrace back down, right? We restarted, left that up there, retrace back into a monthly IFVG, or sorry, monthly FVG, right? Then we got the inversion to the upside, which is hitting 25K, right? And now we're about to go break even and break through these highs. And that's kind of, you know, for me, the point where I'm like, wow, we just broke through. We're going to skyrocket. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, that's what I'm pushing towards every single day. And that's what I'm working towards is obviously, it's step by step by step. It's like you're drawing liquidity, bro. Like, if you have a draw on liquidity, like, let's say your final draw on liquidity is all-time highs. Let's say a draw on liquidity below that is, Asia high or London high. And then let's say even below that is an hourly FVG, right? You're taking it one by one by one. You're first going to target the hourly FVG. Then you're going to target London high. Then you're going to target all-time highs, right? So that's what it is for me. The next step is passing my fishing account. And then it's 50K. Then it's 100K. Then 500. Then a million. Then 5 million, bro. Like, there's no telling how far I'm going to go. Like, there genuinely is no telling how far I'm going to go, because the bar is always going to be raised. Even when I hit 1 million followers, which has been my lifelong goal since I was a little kid, I'm going to keep pushing, bro. Like, I'm going to continue going, because that's just who I am. I'm a very competitive person. Like, your whole life is a competition, bro. Like, I posted a video about it before. I posted a video about everything. Your whole life is a competition, right? You're competing against other things you see on the internet, against your own subconscious, against what your own mind thinks that you can do. You're always constantly competing, right? So the bar is always getting raised, because there's no end of the competition, right? You can finish the game, right? Like, let's say in baseball terms, you can finish the game and you can win, right? Bottom of the ninth, let's say you walk it off, right? But there's always another game. There's always the next game, right? There's always another World Series. There's always another season. You're constantly competing the entire time, right? And obviously baseball players retire, but for me, that's, eventually when I just crumble away and pass, because I'm always going to be competing my entire life. That's just literally just who I am as a person. Like, I genuinely don't think I can just, like, take a break and sit and not do something. Like, for the last 2 years, maybe close to, I don't know however long I started posting fishing content. It was at least 2 years. Since then, I have not had an off day. Not a single off day that entire time. Because obviously I was posting videos every single day. On that, I was making YouTube videos. I was doing brand deals. I was posting shorts. I was collabing with other people. I was doing all of that, right? So every single day, you can't take an off day, bro. With content, you genuinely cannot take an off day. So if you guys are doing this stuff and, you need some sort of rest day, like, I'm sorry, bro, you can't do content because you have to do it every single day. Whether that's posting something on your story, whether that's replying to a DM, whether that's posting a video, which you should at least be posting one video every single day, you're going to do it every single day and you don't have any rest days at all. Now, some days can 100% be shorter than others, right? I can hammer out 6 videos and be done for the day, or schedule them and not really have to do anything, but there's never going to be such thing as like a true, genuine off day. And that's just like, something you have to come to terms with. And that's completely fine with me because I am somebody that likes to just work constantly and not stop. Like, I'm extremely competitive, right? So since then, I have not had an off day. Posted fishing content all the way up until I stopped. And then when I stopped, I started posting. There's a wasp right outside my window, bro. I absolutely hate wasps. Get out of here. When I stopped posting fishing content, I started posting trading content, right? And then it picked right back up again, and I'm doing even more with trading. I'm posting, I started posting 10 times a day. I've been advised by my manager to not post 10 times a day anymore, because I'm not as niche, so I'm only posting 6 times a day. But that's still 6 videos in a day that I have to think of, that I have to post, that I have to edit, all that, right? So you're constantly doing stuff. And then on top of this, I'm doing trading, which doesn't take up that much time in my day, right? But I mean, I'm still trading. And then I'm also a mentor, so I have to do that stuff too. And then I also have to make YouTube videos, and I also have to do brand stuff and reach out to other companies and do collaborations, and it's a lot. It really is a lot. And that's why a lot of people get burnt out, is because they can't really handle it anymore, and they can't do it because it is a lot. You don't get any rest days, bro. It's not like a 9 to 5. Like, this extravagant life of me doing stuff and me having fun and being able to do all these, things and opportunities. Like, I'm sorry, bro, but if you want this shit, you're gonna have to work a lot more than a 9 to 5. Like, I'm consistently putting in probably more than 40 hours a week into all this stuff combined. Way more than 40, actually, honestly. But I mean, that's just kind of what comes with it. Like, even when I was in Miami, every single day I was doing some sort of work before I did anything else. And I don't really like go do things. Like, I don't really like do stuff. I will hang out with my buddies, like, every few days, and just like chill at someone's house. But like, I don't really go do things because I have shit to do. Like, if I wanted to, bro, I could disappear. I could go off the grid, and I could just trade and then just travel to places and have all these experiences and everything like that. But that's not what I want, right? Like, this time now is the time for me to grind and build my presence so that in 5 years I can do all that stuff and I can just film it and then upload it, and that's what people want to watch, right? And so obviously I could do that now, but I'm trying to build a personal brand first before I do anything like that, right? Before I start traveling, before I start doing super extravagant things, this is the time right now to build that stuff up before you can do anything else. And so, I mean, that's what I'm working towards every single day. But, with that being said, like, I'll wrap it up here. We've been going for 29 minutes almost. So thank you guys for 25K. Thank you for 25K. Even if I don't sound grateful for it, I am extremely grateful. And I don't want to say that, I didn't see this coming, because 100% I saw this coming. This is exactly what I knew was going to happen. But I didn't know that it was going to happen this fast. Like, I truthfully did not know that it was going to happen this fast. I had a vision board that I wrote back when I started this in late October, early November, where I literally said it was a yearly vision board. So in a year, what I wanted to be at, I said 15K followers on Instagram. And I hit 15K, I think, in 3 months. I think I hit 15K in 3 months, right? And in a year, bro, now what I'm thinking is a year from last October. So this October, I'll have well over 100K. And if I'm the same with my estimations, then I'll have 250K at this point. Like, at this rate, I'm gonna be there. But with that being said, I appreciate every single one of you guys. I love all of you. Like, truly, genuinely, I would not be here making this video if it weren't for you guys, right? So you guys are healing my inner child, allowing me to do stuff like this. So I truly do appreciate it. But that being said, thank you for 25K, and I'll see y'all boys again at 50K.